These are all the luxury everyday fine jewelry that I can possibly have on my body today. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about my collection of everyday luxury fine jewelry. Obviously, I don't really wear 8 rings at the same time every day, but I will talk about each of them. So this will be a really good collection video, especially for pieces that I really wear every day. Outside of my bangles, which essentially the cost per wear is almost free, my rings are really close second. All white gold or platinum on one side, and then I wear all the yellow gold or the rose gold on the other. Of course, I also wear my watch on my left hand, so the white and the stainless steel just matches more on the left hand. Starting off with the rings. Yes, lots of rings on my left hand. Let's just go through them one by one. My wedding ring. This is a platinum wedding ring, 9 diamonds, pave, made by a local jeweler. And someone asked me how big my stone was. It's basically 1 carat, it's 1.01. Platinum natural diamonds, and both are from our local jeweler. My birthday is this week. At the time of filming, I have a white gold ring that I added to my collection just in time for my birthday. This portion of the video is sponsored by Angara. The packaging is always stunning. This is the alternating bezel set pear-shaped lab-grown diamond ring with a total of 1 carat, FG color and VS clarity in 14 karat white gold. The bezel setting also makes it super secure. If you remember my tennis diamond bracelet, it is also from Angara. What I love the most about is their customization option. More importantly, it is about building a collection of jewelry that you will actually wear. Bracelets and rings, especially for me, because I always wear things on my hands and on my wrists. I went with the 1 carat total weight because I wanted it to be quite substantial but not overwhelming my wedding set. They had 2 other options with 0.75 total carat or almost 2.4 carat. The edges around the ring is really smooth. The bezel design is extremely comfortable and also really protective of the stones. Really durable ring for everyday wear, which is exactly what I wanted. With FG color VS clarity, it literally is perfection. It matches my own diamond ring, is also F color, so they are spot on. They even included this really beautiful jewelry box, which I think will come in super handy. I'll have all the info of this ring linked down below. Even if you're not into rings or this design in particular, their collection is so extensive. I'm sure you'll find something that you like. And fine jewelry is always a good idea because, to be honest, this ring is the price of a costume pair of earrings at Chanel. This ring is called the Hermès Ever Chen d'Encre ring in the small model. Mine is in 18 karat white gold with diamond pave. I love the gold pave. The underside is just plain. It is a little bit uncomfortable with this part sometimes with your finger moving. This part and this part, they do, like when you extend your finger, they do kind of like press down on your flesh, so that is why it does feel a little bit less comfortable sometimes. I do find that this design is not the easiest to wear. It just depends on the shape of your hands, of your fingers, and which finger you're gonna wear it with. It is a little bit tighter for me in the summertime. Moving on to my tennis bracelet. This is another piece from Angara, and as you can see, the little opening and closure mechanism here. It is another custom piece. I believe it was 2 carat total weight of lab-grown diamonds and in also 14 karat white gold. Even the sizing of the bracelet, I was able to size it down. My wrists are pretty small, so their standard size was 7-inch, I believe. It does add another dimension to my stack. I do put it on for any special occasion, and especially because I still wear my watch. This is how it would look like with my watch, and this is pretty much like my white gold stack. My bangle is from Tiffany Co. This is the lock bracelet, the original size, not the thin one that they have right now, which has a different opening mechanism. I feel like that one, a lot of people really love stacking multiple of them. With this size, I really just love it as one substantial piece. I have a whole very comprehensive video review on this bracelet, so definitely have a watch. I talk about sizing and everything. Mine is in the size extra small. I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure I got this in January of 2023. If not, it was December. So anyway, it's been a good 3.5 years. Just like every white gold piece out there, they do some sort of coating, usually rhodium plated, to keep the white gold looking white. But as of today, which is at least 3.5 years that I've had it, and I wear it, like I said, every day except when I shower, but otherwise I do all my chores, I sleep with it and everything. You see I'm pulling on the spring. Whatever they use inside the spring mechanism is stainless steel, which makes the bracelet really handy and easy to remove, but it is a part that they couldn't make in white gold as well, or in gold as well. So that is the reason why they do recommend that you remove it, especially if you take long showers like I do. So most of the time, if I'm feeling fancy, I will wear all of that. And of course, I can stack 3 rings, but most of the time I would probably just go with 2 rings and then watch and bangle, and occasionally I'll have also my tennis bracelet. But these are beautiful. Now moving on to my right hand, so I have all my yellow gold and rose gold. Let's just talk about the bracelets first and get it out of the way. Love bracelet. This is the slim version, and this is in a rose gold. I got it since 2021, so it's a good 6 years now. Rarely ever leaves my wrist. The only time I took it off was when I got sick and I had to go to the ER, to the hospital, so I had to take it off. Other than that, I have it on pretty much 24/7. If you're building your collection from scratch like I did with this piece, this is my literally first piece, take your time to think about your stack and think about long term, taking into account that you might gain weight, things like that. I would also say to not listen to the influencers when they say like the love bracelet is so overdone, it's so passe. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. If this is what you want and this is what you're gonna wear and you're gonna cherish it, and you are the one wearing your pieces, not other people, as long as you love it, that's what's important. It was my first piece. It was very special. I still remember the day that I went to try it. It was during the pandemic. We still had to wear masks. There was a glass wall between me and the essay, but it was my first piece. It was a big deal. Now, deciding on the size is kind of tricky. Like I said, mine is in the size 14. It's the smallest one anyway. The smallest size available, and I was umming and ahhing about 14 versus 15. The 15 I think would have been fine. It would just sit here or just lower on my wrist, which it was not really the look I was after. I didn't want all my bracelets to be all the way down to my arm. I wanted it to be still close to my wrist. Unless you're really in between size and you can't fit, and the next size up is definitely more comfortable, you would know. Anyway, so love bracelet, rose gold, slim is still one of my favorite. Like, I never got tired of it. I am so happy I made the plunge back then. It's a lot more expensive now. I would still rebuy it. Next up, I have my Kelly bracelet. I love how just blingy it is. I love that the design is different. I love that it stacks fairly well with my love bracelet. I mentioned the fact that we didn't have an extra small size available in Canada because they just don't really get the tiny sizes here. I don't think it's impossible to get it, but it is really hard to get it. You would have to wait probably a long time. So I did end up with the size SH, which I've gotten used to wearing it with this size because as long as I keep it low and I kind of just secure it on my arm, it will still move because, you know, you move your arm, it will move up and down sometimes. But if I do really pull it down and I really like let my flesh and let my let my muscles kind of hang on to it, it will stay more or less put. I just love this piece so much because I love pieces that you can just take off really easily, especially because I don't sleep with any chain designs. Really easy to put it on as well. It takes just about 2 seconds and it is good. And it's just the loveliest blingy thing that stacks so well, so easy. I do highly recommend it. I would definitely rebuy it. I love my bling, but I just don't want it to look so over the top. I don't want it to be too dainty because they are so expensive, but it is so absolutely stunning. I just love it. I just think this more or less completed my arm stack, with a caveat of my Kelly shed necklace, because this piece can also be a bracelet, and so far I've mostly worn it as a bracelet, which is really unusual. It wouldn't be my first choice if I were choosing between the bracelet and the necklace. It wouldn't be my first choice, and I still stand by that, because although it is beautiful, I would still not prioritize this over the bracelet because it's not my everyday worn piece. To be fair, I don't really wear my necklaces every day, so that's also another factor, but in general, it is just so much harder to put this on. I guess they just want you to buy more of the bracelets if you want a stack look, because you can stack with this. They even advertise it on their website, but they didn't make the lock workable, and so you always have to go by the lobster claw, which is really annoying. It's definitely a missed opportunity. Moving on to the rings. On this side, we have so many rings on my hands. So let's go over them one by one. We have right here the gorgeous Hermès ring. This is the farandole ring in rose gold and diamond pavé. It is such an unusual design, something that you don't really find anywhere else. It's a very thin wire ring, but it's so comfortable. So this ring is also thin. This ring is also thin, but this, because it has sharp angles on the shank, it's just sharp. So it's not as comfortable as this one. This one is super comfortable. And in fact, with this ring, you might need to size down because it's not a perfect circle. So the parts right here, it actually allows more of your fleshy fingers to kind of hold on to, which for me is the perfect index ring. Even in the summertime, I have no problems wearing this ring, because if I have a more swollen finger or a hot finger, it still kind of just fills out more of the space here, which is the part where it's not the perfect, you see it's how it's not a perfect circle. So it actually has a little bit more space here, and it's really comfortable. Now, because of that, it might not fit everyone's sizing because everyone's bone structure is different too. I have smaller bones, but just more fleshy hands and fingers. Definitely one of my top purchases. It's so pretty. I definitely recommend it. It's an unusual design, and I love how it just like loops around the little motif, and even the diamonds, it's really substantial. It's all around. They're small diamonds, but not super small. This one is definitely a lot smaller. This one has tiny diamonds compared to this one, but they're both beautiful regardless. I just love the unique design that they are. I just love my unique pieces. I have two rings here on my middle finger. We'll talk about them in just a moment. Let's talk about my Kelly ring. It has only 4 little diamonds. This is the Kelly ring in rose gold. It's quite substantial in terms of, like, you know, it's a thicker ring. It's still really comfortable. But I just love the timeless Kelly lock design. And it's really simple. I do think that the one with the pavé right now is so pretty. Like I said in my mindset video, I would definitely choose diamonds over not having diamonds. Except for the love bracelet, I don't think you need to do diamond for this one. But if I had the chance to go back, even though they didn't have the pavé version before, I would definitely have gone the pavé version. I do like this one over the collier de chien, which I don't have anymore. I also find myself not drawn to that design as much, and I didn't really wear it as much as my Kelly. Like, the Kelly is just so timeless and it's very demure, it's very feminine, but it's still special in terms of design, so I opted to keep this one over the collier de chien. So my middle finger, I have 2 different rings. This one is the Hermès Clou de Forge small model bezel set diamond on each side. It's kind of like a knife edge design. It is a knife edge design. And it's really stunning. It's really under the radar as well, but really pretty and just so unique. And I love that it's kind of different. They stack quite well with each other, like they don't get in the way of each other. I would say the same about this stack now too. Like now that I have it on quite a bit, you can see that it makes some more noise on this side because I actually have 2 rings here. For some people it's a lot to have so many rings, but I love it. I do have this additional ring too, which is so pretty. This is the bubble ring from Gingerberry, and I love having this as another option for my middle finger on this hand. And this one is in yellow gold, which is not quite like the rose gold, but it's so close anyway. And I love mixing and matching metals, you guys know already. Sometimes I switch to this ring because, as you can see, it's a lot looser. I tend to have these fingers change size the most often. I'm not sure why, maybe because I get the most inflammation there. So I do tend to use this ring a lot when it's hotter or if I have a bit more inflammation. And it also stacks really, really beautifully. Also another one of my favorite. Let's talk about earrings. So earrings are not my most worn pieces. You guys already know that. My ears are so sensitive, especially my ear piercing. They get irritated after a while, so I can't always have earrings on. But my Tiffany hardware earrings, I guess these are called the large size on the website. I'm glad that I have them. I would say they are not a must for me, but I do like them a lot. I still prefer fine jewelry over costume because even if I don't wear them all the time, even if I can't wear earrings all the time, I would still prefer having solid gold, which is why I enjoy these ones a lot. I enjoy my ideal earrings a lot, but I just can't wear them every day, which is why I can't call them my everyday jewelry. But they are really beautiful. So these are in rose gold. And those of you who are wondering, I do have full review videos for each of these substantial pieces, going in depth with the different sizing. I tried on the extra large. If your budget is a bit lower, I do like the mini size, the medium size that they have now. They're smaller. They are more everyday look. Earrings and necklaces are not really considered my everyday pieces, but I will show these ones because they are my favorite pieces. So we've already established that the Kelly, it wouldn't be my first choice if I were choosing between the bracelet and the necklace. It wouldn't be my first choice. And I still stand by that because although it is beautiful, I need the convenience, which is why, unfortunately, this piece, although it is so gorgeous, they have the same lock design, but this one you can turn, this one you cannot turn. So it's really, really sad that they decided to do that. You're gonna notice that they kept 2 of the chains the original bracelet size, but then the rest of the chains, they are actually smaller. Can you see the design is different, right? This one has the alternating loop and then the bigger chain, and then these are just the small chains, which is fine. I don't mind that part at all. They just kept the main look like this in front and the rest is small chain. That's fine. I just really wish they made this lock something that you can also use in addition to the lobster clasp, because right now you're always having to adjust from the lobster clasp and it's so tiny and so hard to even to remove. It's quite hard. I will say I do love this necklace as a bracelet a lot, which is why I do end up wearing it quite a bit as a bracelet. And it's not easy to put it on, but it's not quite as hard to put it on as a bracelet versus a necklace because I just shove it in and now I have a beautiful stack, a stack that I've been obsessed with. So kind of silly that a necklace I end up wearing more as a bracelet. Not every day, but still I do wear it more as a bracelet because it does create this beautiful stack for me. I love it. Finally, we have the 2 necklaces that I did wear quite a bit. For a period of time, I was wearing them as my everyday piece. Farandole necklace. This is the Hermès 18 karat solid gold. It's understated, but in a really good way. Same as my ring, so I kind of have the matching set in a way. And I love that. I love that it's simple. I love that it's wearable. It's a good pre-spend piece, especially if you're just starting your journey. Last but not least, we have my favorite ideal pendant. This one is the L'Eternité pendant in yellow gold, 0.9 carat total weight of lab-grown diamonds. If I have to replace one piece from ideal, it would be this one because it's like the best piece to be worn alone or stacked. It's just one of those most versatile pieces. I hope you guys enjoyed my jewelry update. Let me know if you have any questions about any of these pieces, but like I said, I have videos, very in-depth videos for a lot of them. And don't forget to check out this Angara ring. It's just so pretty. Everything is linked down below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!